guitar legends, Sam Wilder here. We're looking at the Pretenders today. You can play this on acoustic or electric. We're going to work through it section by section with a tab as a guide. If you're the sort of person that learns the first half of the song and then you can't be bothered to learn the rest, trust me, learn this whole song. It's so fun to play the whole thing and to get to the end. So let's start with the intro. You're going to need this shape here, right, because we arpeggio through it. You can see I keep these fingers down, and the first finger is going to move around a bit, but the other three will stay there. So third finger on D10, second finger on G9, fourth finger B10, and first finger needs to stretch across to E7. So you may have to adjust this a little bit just so you can get everything ringing. Now, as you can see by the first bar here, we're just going to arpeggio down and then up. So I pick down, 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 and then up, 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 up. 4 downs, 4 ups. But as you're coming up, move so you're ready. And you want to have your first finger on fret 7. So as soon as you hit the A string again, you can then go onto that note. So we have so I'm picking up on these 3 notes. Okay, so from the B string. That little bass line there, we've got fret 7, fret 8, open A string, and then A9. All the while we have these fingers down here. So as soon as you hit that A string again, we go here. So far we have this. You can hear how beat 1 is kind of pushed away and it comes back off half a beat. Alright, so this kind of throws you off where the actual beat 1 is, and we add another note onto the end of this riff to kind of bring it back. Have a look at this third bar. Alright, we're going to play, so we play the D string twice, and then we go up again. Do, 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 do. Boom, boom, boom. So here, we can play the 9th fret again, but we bend it up, and then bend it back down again for the second pick. Much easier to do a bend on the electric guitar, but we can still just about get the effect on this acoustic. So we pick, pick, pick. Alright, then there's a little gap, and then we play. And then we start again. So this extra note right at the end there, that brings us back round and brings us back onto beat 1, because we were actually thrown off the beat earlier on in this little riff. So the whole thing all together, try and play it with me. We're going to do it 3 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Okay, now we have the snares coming. Psh, 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 psh. As soon as you finish this riff for the 3rd time, it's kind of cut off early. As you can see, I put 3rd time stop there, because as soon as we do that, the 3rd time round, we'll play boom, 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 1, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of cut off by the drum. The drum comes in at a really random time. He comes in on beat 3.5. It's really random. So that's kind of how I've done it. Just so for those of you that have listened to the song a lot, at least it's going to sound the same to you. But we kind of speed up suddenly. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So obviously this part keeps going. It it just goes through the verse, but you can't really just play that if it's just you. You want to play the chords instead, right? But there are 2 bars where all you hear is the riff, so let's play that for 2 bars. So get your 3rd finger, go to B5, and we're going to play. Alright, you have to really stretch the 1st finger across to the 2nd fret on the E string. So it starts off, and you can see I moved it up there to the 3rd fret, and then 4th finger takes care of E5. So we have bum bum blam bum blam bum blam. So just to clarify that, when we come out of this, we have bum 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 do 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 1 2 3 4. Okay, then we get into the verse. Alright, we have the verse section. We're going to go around the chord progression 4 times to begin with for this first verse section. We have A minor, have a look at that chord. Right, then we're going to go to D with F sharp in the bass. Very important that you get F sharp in the bass. So I use my thumb to do that. Then we have F sus. You can play F major, but if you listen really carefully, you can hear the sus note, which gives us the F sus chord. So we do A minor, then we do A minor again, then D, then F sus. Now the rhythm is down up, down up, down up, down up, down up, down up, then change, down up, down up, down up, down up, down up, down up. Alright, if you're playing along to the song, that's all you have to do. Pretty easy, right? But what you'll notice I do is I copy the drums. So if it's just you and a guitar, maybe you want to get that drum feel. You can see I'm continuing to get that drum. So you just have to emphasize the downs and do the up softly. And you just do that in between. That's what the crosses are for, right? Again, this is optional, guys. You don't have to do the scratches. You'll notice I try and come off the chord a little bit, or you can kind of rest your hand against the string. So it doesn't matter what this hand's doing, look. It's irrelevant. This hand's taking care of that because it's touching the strings. Or you can have these fingers resting as well. So I kind of swap, it depends what chord you're on. Now, as I said, we do this verse 4 times, but on the 4th time, you can change the feel slightly if you want to. So instead of doing scratches, we can do a palm mute sound, like this, in between the all of those kind of hits there. So you just put the hand against the strings as you're strumming down, 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 down. You have to move the hand quite fast to play down, 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 but you need to be able to play that fast for this song, to be honest. So it will train up your wrists a little bit, this song, get some stamina going. So we still do down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 down. So you take the hand off for the loud ones, then you bring it on for in between. Down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 down. Make sure you kind of changing chord before it happens. Don't try and change super fast, right? You can change kind of on the last down, the last 2 downs. You want to be moving position. All right, the next part we need to learn are these octaves that build us into the chorus. So octaves are quite hard if you've never done them before, because you have to mute everything else that you're not playing. You see I'm hitting all the strings, but you only hit 2 notes. Alright, the way to do this, so just come to this first shape here. You can see by the tab here we got fret 5 on the A string, 1st finger. And then you can use your 3rd or your 4th on G7. So they're always 2 away, same note, 1 octave apart. But make sure you don't push the 1st finger down too hard, because you're going to get a weird 4th interval there. So you have to curl the 1st finger a little bit, so it's blocking the D string. That's why there's a cross there. We don't want the D string to be doing anything. All right. Also, you have to position your fingers so that you don't get the B or the E string. I mean, for this song, it doesn't matter if you... It's still in key, so it's not the end of the world. You might hear me do that a few times by mistake. But for the most part, you just want the notes you're trying to play here. So we're going to do down, up on each shape. And all we do, we go from 5th to 7th to 9th to 10th. So we go up 2, up 2, up 1. Alright. Now the hard part isn't necessarily playing this, alright? It's changing between the different positions. So make sure that you kind of move over a few beats early. So I'm going... So I don't even play 4 on the last one. I don't get all of that in. I just go down, up, down, and I'm already sliding down. Because you need to be moving in position as you're coming away from it. It's the only way you can get there in time, right? Down, up, down. And you're ready for the chorus. So do bear that in mind. You don't have to play every single note. Miss out the last 2 if you need to change position. For those of you that want to take your playing to the next level, make sure you sign up to my premium membership website. You'll gain access to all my backing tracks, all of my lessons, and I'll teach you how to improvise, solo, and play advanced chords. Enjoy the rest of your lesson, guys. Alright, doing well, stay with me, guys. We've got the chorus now, which is actually pretty easy because we're just going to strum our chords really loudly, right? So all you do is down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's all it is, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can kind of get the... Try and emphasize the beats 2 and 4. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can also kind of copy the vocals a little bit as well, and where you're emphasizing. So what if I say I'm not like the other? What if I say I'm not just another one? What if I say I'm not a surrender? What if I say I'm not like another? Now if you look closely, guys, look in that third box, the third bar, we have... Right, there's bass moving, and then the D is actually pushed early as well. So that's where it's going to confuse you. So just count slowly, you just have to realize what beats it comes on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So the first thing we have to do is move the second finger up to the A string 2nd fret. So bom, bom, bom. Then I move it back down again, but I add the pinky to number 3 on the A string. So we have dum 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 dum. The pinky comes back off, and we're left with our normal A minor, and we change to D early. So again, just listen to where I'm changing here. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this takes a little bit of getting used to where it happens because they're pushed in strange places, right? And also have a look, you can see the D major comes in early as well on beat 4, which is a little bit strange. It might help to think about where the words are. So when he sings, what if I, on the word I, that's when we have our first bass note. What if I say I'm not just another one? You're the pretender. What if I say I'll never surrender? I also take the first finger off, like the other. I'm copying the vocal harmony. What if I say I'm not like the other? and I take the first finger off there, and then I bring it back on again. That's an option, you don't have to do that. Alright, now we're on to the second verse. So the good news is the second verse is exactly the same as the first one I showed you, but it's half the length. So we start off with this part, okay, exactly the same. And then we can do our palm mute. Alright, that's all it is. Verse 2 is the same. But be careful, when we come out of that chorus, there's a very small riff that happens. Alright, but it's very short. It happens later on in the breakdown, but it's very short here. Out of the chorus and into the verse. So let's learn it quickly. Have a look at the tab. We have dun 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 dun, and we literally do it once like this. Into the verse, second verse, right? So the first thing to notice is the hands against the string, so it's palm muted, it's soft. It's not loud, it's quiet. Okay, first finger is on D2, right? Every time we play the A string and the D string. Now I think the actual guitarist jumps up every time, but I think we might as well make this easier on ourselves. So we play dun 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 dun. Just try that first. So keep the first finger down. Then on this one, you can see we have to flatten this first finger so we get the G2 as well on that one. Like that. And then it comes off. Now, the second time around, I jump up with my fourth finger and I get the 7th fret on the D string, because then you can get the slide effect. Like that. So it's quite hard to jump across. As you're sliding down, make sure you're getting the A minor shape ready so you can come straight in. Alright, so just to clarify, this is after the chorus. So okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. If you can't play this, just play A minor palm mute. Okay, that will be fine as well. Alright, you guys have learned most of the song now. We only have one more part to learn. Okay, so we played verse 2, as I showed you. Then we have the build up, same as before. Another chorus. What if I say I'm not like the other? Alright, double chorus. But after this chorus, so after chorus 2, we do the build up again. Surrender. Then we have the breakdown, alright, the bridge if you like. This part's quite hard because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 little riff parts to learn here. Right, if you really struggle with this bridge part, you can actually just stay on A minor. And you can just do that for the whole bridge, alright? Because it is basically just staying on A minor, but there's just lots of movement from these riffs I'm about to show you. Now don't worry guys, after we've learned this breakdown, that's it. Okay, we have this intro part again, and then we have a massive chorus to finish. Alright, so we just have this one part to learn. So have a look at this tab here. Alright, you can see we have the first part of the riff 3 times. The second part of the riff we have once. Third part we have once. Fourth part we have twice as well. So let's look at the first part. We've actually already learned this part. Alright, so before we literally played it just not even once, we just played it half. We went dun, 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 That's all we did, but here we're going to do it quite a few times. As you can see, we got the phrase twice there, and we do that double phrase 3 times. So first there's no singing, it's just... Then Dave Grohl starts singing. And then he does another one. Okay, so this is where we go into the second part of the riff. Now to get into this second part, as soon as you get to the 7th fret, instead of sliding down, you want to slide up to the 10th fret. Okay, because that starts the next part. Now you'll notice for this part, I just keep humping away at the A string. Down, 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 down. I keep doing this for this whole section. That's what I'm saying, if you do end up finding this section hard, just do A minor again and again, because that's all it is. Okay. So this part we do. So you have to kind of, you hit the A string again and again, but sometimes we get the D string too, like this. So we have 10, 10, 9, 7, 5. So third finger is going to be on 10th fret, and then second finger, or anything you like, on 9th fret. And then I use first finger usually, and I slide from the 7th to the 5th, like this. Now guys, if you accidentally hit other strings, it doesn't really matter because it all kind of fits. It just adds some tension, if anything, it's cool. But just try and get the notes you're trying to hit, obviously. So we do this part 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it moves up to this part. So we have 12th fret on the D string now, 10, 9, back up to 10, 2, 3, 4. So we've learnt 3 parts so far. So you can see this all pretty much the same thing, it's just moving up. So we start here, then here, then here, alright, last part to learn. So after we have this, we get to the so who are you? It said who are you? Now we want to still get the A power chord going on. Alright, so if you find this part too hard, by the way, I'll show you in a sec. If it's too hard, just play it in minor. You can take off third and first finger for some movement as well. Alright, but for those of you who don't want to try it, to get this, just start with this. Alright, we have first finger, D7, third finger, G9. And then second finger on B8, so, and then fourth finger on B10. Now to get that note in, we kind of have to just flatten the first finger for a second. You might accidentally get this B7 note. Try not to get it because it makes it go G major when we're not really needing it. Alright, but it's not the end of the world if you do hit that note. So we have. So notice the third finger stays down for the extra notes, Only at the end do they all come away and the first finger flattens, so we get G7. So just try and get this movement first. Once you get that, you can add in the constant chugging. Alright, so you start palm muted with the hand in the strings, then you come off as it gets louder. Who are you? Yeah, who are you? Yeah, then we have the riff. Once again. Alright, let's play this whole bridge just so you understand where the different things happen. Okay, we'll play it together. Remember, there's no vocals for the first time on the little riff, and then the vocals come in. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Vocals here. And again, vocals. One more time. 3, 4, then change. 2, 3, 4. Then loud. Then the quiet riff again. Alright, so we have the intro again, but we're gonna cut off the ending and then the chorus suddenly goes BAM and just explodes out of nowhere. What you're gonna find is it's very difficult to get the timing right. So what you need to do is sing in your head the part that we were playing earlier. So you kind of finish the riff off in your mind so you know when to come in for this final chorus. Now, when we get to this last part, we were playing that before, right? But now we're just ending on. So when do we know when to come in with? So before we were playing. So all you have to do is pretend that in your mind that you're playing that. So we have dun 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 dun. What if I say that? Okay, you hear how I sung it, but I didn't play it. So I went. Alright, so this time I'll keep it in my mind. You see what I mean? So even though we're not playing the end of the riff, you must keep it in your head. You can even move your hand as if you were about to play it. Then you know when to come in with this final chorus. Alright, well done guys. Amazing work. We just need to finish the song off now. So what happens is we have the chorus 4 times. Alright, so it goes on for a while, just 4 times around the whole chorus. And then to finish we have so we have a little combination of things here to finish off the song. You can see by the tab here. So look at the top line, we start with our run up. Then now I don't palm mute here, you want to keep the intensity up, so don't palm mute, keep it loud. Do this twice, then so that bit's only twice. You can hear I add 2 more A's on this to give myself time to get to the A minor chord. So let me just play you this whole ending, just so you understand exactly what I mean here. So coming out of that final chorus. And you can really cut that off with the hand. You just rest it on the string. Whew, all right, that is everything. Remember, if you struggle with that bridge part, then all you need to do is just play A minor. Okay, that's fine, that will work. If you struggle with the scratches in the verse, just don't bother with them, just play. And cut it off with the right hand. You don't have to do the scratches. The play along is coming up, so you guys can try and play along with me, right? This is how you're really going to get better at the song. It's just trying to play along with it and pausing the video when you need to practice on your own. If you find it too fast, by the way, remember you can slow the video down in the little settings icon, the little cog on your YouTube player. If you found this video helpful, guys, please give it a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell icon. All right, good luck with the play along. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. 1, 2, 3, 4.